Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back to try and contain the Juglick's unquenchable thirst for blood in XCOM 2. I know, it's a Sisyphean task. There's no getting around it. There's an entire clan of angry, drunken, drug-addled, possibly inbred hillbillies, and their quest for human flesh is just too much for any one man to contain. No matter how hard I try, no matter what measures I take, it doesn't matter. Occasionally, one of the Juglicks is gonna snap their leash, wander out into the wilderness and kidnap a drifter, bring him back home and murder him in the basement. It's just gonna happen. And trust me, this is coming from a guy who knows a thing or two about a little redneck drifter murder. Ever hear of Ray and Faye Copeland? Yeah, Perfidious Pete knew him. Not a joke, not a lie. I actually knew Ray and Faye Copeland. I played baseball as a kid with some of their grandchildren, in fact. One of my friends growing up in high school was somehow tangentially related to them, I think. He was like a grandnephew or something of Ray and Faye Copeland. So, yeah, little piece of trivia. Perfidious Pete, redneck serial killer. Turns out I've got some experience with that, like direct hands-on experience. Of course, for most people in the little piddly podunk town I grew up in northwestern Missouri, Ray Copeland wasn't any kind of killer. I mean, no, it's not like anybody really knew. To most people in that neighborhood, he was just that guy whose name was on the checks on the cash registers at every store you went to under the little poster that said, "Do not accept checks from this man," because Ray Copeland wrote a lot of hot checks. And speaking of hotness, let's look at Operation Scorched Earth here. 5 days for intel. We will probably do that. I'm going to say not now, just to kind of gaze around. We are doing 6 days in contact with Mexico. You know, let's just go ahead and do the Scorched Earth. Much the way that Ray and Faye Copeland should have scorched the earth beneath their barn so that when the FBI showed up, the bloodhounds wouldn't have rustled up the bones of like 3 dead guys. Oh, you casual murderers and your errant ways. If only you were more schooled in the art of murder, you'd have known that you should have, buried those bones a little deeper than a shallow grave in the barn. Anyway, our Resistance Monthly Report, yeah, I don't really care. Optimus Prime, if only I could make you vanish into a shallow hobo grave in the barnyard. Oh, what a wonderful world it would be. Why couldn't Ray and Faye Copeland have murdered you? The world would be a better place. So, we've got alloy padding. I'm not going to spend intel to reveal this hidden event. One, because we don't have very much. And alloy padding is irritating. Alien Infiltrator straight up sucks. Probably we're going to stop this one more than we care about anything else. Unless this is UFO Hunt or Chrysalid event, which I don't think can occur yet because we have not encountered Chrysalids. So literally the only thing that would be worse than Alien Infiltrator would be UFO Hunt. And if we have to, we can even deal with the UFO Hunt. I mean, if the chips come down where they may, and that makes no sense at all, but worst comes to worst, push comes to shove, Ray and Faye murder comes to get busted and go back to jail or kill that drifter and bury him in the barn, I'm gonna go get the hay hook and start swinging, and if it happens to intersect with his head, well then I guess a shallow grave was always his destiny. Supply drop is available. Yes, fine, just stop hounding me about the supply drop. I'll go pick it up even though I don't really need the supplies. Could this be an intel drop, Optimus Prime? Could you have dropped a whole big pile of intel somewhere? I would much prefer that. That's real good, though. Our first experimental grenade has come online, and acid bombs are fantastic. I'm pretty stoked about that, I'm not gonna lie. A supply drop done. Nope, a supply raid. This is perfect. It's exactly what we needed. Let's go raid the shit out of these supplies. Operation Ghost Mask. I'm more interested in the intel we will get from this than the supplies, necessarily. But having a giant stockpile of supplies is never a bad thing. We can use it to build more radio beacons. Radio beacons increase our supply count, get us even more supplies, but more importantly, they reduce the amount of intelligence required for us to make contact with the enemy, something of which I am quite a fan. So, E.L. Juglick, I think we're going to give you the old acid bomb. Grandpa Juglick's got the frost bomb. Somebody ought to be carrying the old acid grenade. As caustic as 50 Eyes for You turns out to be there at the end, it gets real dark towards the end. The 50 Eyes for You that she's working on, it doesn't end with the happy loveliness of an Anastasia Steele and a Christian Grey, even though I think there's not a whole lot of happiness in the way that relationship ended. But Alexandra Tungsten and Christoph Green, the characters loosely inspired by E.L. James's creation, man, E.L. Juglick, their relationship really takes a dark turn. It makes the hobo murder look lighthearted, really. You know, the same drifter murders I was talking about at the beginning. Yeah, Perfidious Pete knew people who killed a lot of drifters. And by a lot, I mean like 5 or 6, I think. Oh, Faye Copeland was innocent, Pete. She didn't have anything really to do. Bullshit. She made a quilt out of dead guys' clothes. That's a level of culpability, I think, that probably warranted her that death sentence. Odd thing. Copeland's, they were, both got sentenced to death, and neither one actually got carried out. I think Faye Copeland got her sentence commuted to, like, life forever in prison ×5, and her husband just died before they could kill him. They were old when they went to jail. I think they were both in their 70s. That's right. That's how we roll in Missouri. People are like, oh, they'll execute anybody in Texas. Yeah, you know who else will execute anybody? We'll execute your ass in Missouri. We don't care if you're a 70-year-old cattle farmer. Doesn't matter. You murder hobos and bury them in the basement, you gotta die. It's just the rule.
There's an opportunity here for us to pull some of their technology off the transport.
Yeah, Bradford. You always say that, and then you always make a big deal about this is the communications array thing, and then we can't do anything with the communications array. It's not hackable. We can't steal a chunk of it. We can't haul it back to base for a free radio tower. It just sits there like a lump. It sits there like a Presidents of the United States of America song. It's lump, it's lump, it's lump, it's on the truck. It's lump, it's lump, it's lump. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's fine, Bradford. It's just a supply raid, buddy. This is not our first supply raid, and this really probably isn't going to be that challenging, especially since it looks like we're starting from a map corner in an elevated position. This is a pretty good little ambush spot we got working here. So really what we need to do is just find the enemy. Where's my Massey Ferguson Activa S? If only Ray and Faye Copeland had had themselves a Massey Ferguson Activa S piece of hardware, they wouldn't have had to bury those drifters in the barn and get busted. They could have just tossed them into the thresher. Nobody would ever found the bodies. Ray and Faye, if only you had invested heavily in, you know, active farm equipment, you wouldn't have probably gotten a... you probably still would have got a death sentence. I think they probably still would have caught you, actually. Forensic science was reasonably well advanced into the Ray and Faye Copeland era. They'd have probably caught you.
Hostile units in patrol
All right.
configuration.
Hostile units in patrol configuration. Well, on the plus side, we did manage to spot those detection tiles without wandering into it, and I had at one point very nearly clicked on those tiles, so I'm appreciative of the fact that I didn't blunder into it like an asshole. Speaking of blundering into it like an asshole, let's see if we can get these guys to do a counter blunder into us like an asshole. Trying to get the enemy to wander into me is a tactic I've been adopting lately, and I gotta say, we've had some pretty, you know, maybe remarkable is an overstatement, but we've had some pretty positive results getting it done. We've gotten some good outcomes from that particular trick. All right, let's get... Silas, let's just bring you over here and drop you behind this tree. We would like to conceal Silas's... We'd like to conceal Silas's concealment. We'd like to conserve Silas's concealment is what I was getting at. If at all possible, we want to keep that. Let's just see if we can get these guys to patrol towards us. We'll drop one unit out in maybe a little bit of an exposed position. I'm thinking maybe Judy Juglick would be excellent in that respect. Yeah, let's just do that. We take Judy Juglick out there. She's concealed right now. We hope they wander into her and spring our little ambush overwatch trap. Come a-running for the rich taste of Juglick, baby. Come on. You can take us to the cattle auction. We'll pass your bad checks for you. Oh, you're going to wander the other way, huh? All right, you jerks. Fine. Don't get murdered and wind up a dismembered corpse in the basement of a barn. See if I care. Maybe these guys will oblige us by wandering in. We've got a lot of fairly difficult opposition here. Codex, Muton. Holy shit, man. What the shit? Every enemy in the universe has suddenly decided to show up at this fucking party central suddenly. What the hell's going on here? Alright, I still think we can get them to wander into us, actually. We're just going to have to do it in a little... I definitely don't want to be over here with the let them wander into us plan, because it's going to be like 45 pods wandering into us all at once. No, thank you. That's a little more than that's a little more drifter than I'm prepared to murder. If these guys continue to come this way, though, I think we can make this work. So, EL, you are right on the borderline. Keep on pushing my love, EL, over the borderline. Borderline. So none of these are detection tiles, huh? We could actually get the Activa S right up into here by abusing... Like, if we step here, though, that guy's going to spot us, right? Yeah, so that's not gonna work. But we could walk up this little alley. You know, it's worth the risk. Let's try it. Did it work? It did work. And we're almost certain to get spotted. In fact, we could shoot at one of the aliens right now. The only problem with this particular stratagem is when this pod pops, it is going to be a double. Ooh, baby, a double. Can you see from here? We need you to be able to see those guys so that when they activate, you can overwatch them. Because Cyrus Juglick, your overwatch is going to be critical here. Let's get you there. Where's Grandpa Grandpa Festus? If only you could get a little closer. What about here? Are you going to be able to see him from here? Well, you can spot one of them from there. If they move towards us, you'd have shots. That rock seems like it's in the road. What about here? No shots there. All right. Well, let's go for the tile where we can guarantee you at least one overwatch shot.
Closing on target position now.
Because I have to assume the jig's going to be up on this one. They're going to come a running for us. Silas, as heavily pinned in as we are by the enemy, I'm not really sure if trying to conserve your concealment is even going to be... I don't know if it's even going to be worth it. We might just want to have you drop it and start kicking ass straight away. Just forego the concealment and start dealing on the enemy.
Roger that.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to throw off the shackles that bind. We're going to cast them away, and we're going to break free into just a maelstrom of murder. What can you see? Ah, man, if only your hit percentage was a little bit better, Judy Juglick, I would straight up take that shot. With your hunter's instincts, I would let you go for that critical. I really would. All right, Wolfpack, how close can you get? Not that close, but we might be able to get you like a desperation overshot. Actually, we're not going to be able to get you an overwatch shot at all because you will be concealed as long as you're in cover. Well, let's just have you go down here then. If you're not going to get a shoot anyway, we may as well get you closer to the action. And then it's Overwatch for Achy Breaky, Overwatch for Grandpa, Overwatch for the Activa S, and Overwatch for EL. Between the four of them, I'd like to think they're going to be able to combine for at least one kill here. You guys going to come this way? All right, the jig should be up then. Somebody should have just spotted my combine harvester. Yep, there it is right there. All right, let's see who's going to take it, the brunt of this assault. Who's taking it to the face? Who wants some? Come get it. Bring it. Oh, you Johnny Muton? You feeling froggy? Yeah, we'll jump on that grenade. Oh, there you go. You ain't feeling quite so froggy now, are you? Oh, Judy Juglick just blew him clean in half. We did only get one kill out of that, though, I think. That's a little disappointing. Promotion for the Tigress, though. Here comes... Yeah, all right. We knew these guys were going to activate. We do... All right, we're still going to get a little magic from EL. EL Juglick, what a shot! That was beautiful. 11 damage. The clone is less beautiful, but we got a Cyrus Juglick who could clean that shit up. Assuming he can see that. No, he can't. I'm not sure if he can see him or not. Well, Silas Juglick should be getting a shot here, too. No, he was not on Overwatch. All right. Well, Cyrus, you got 3 shots here, pal. 75%. That's a guaranteed kill. That's a guaranteed kill. You're saying, Pete, it's a 47% chance. How the hell is it a guaranteed kill? Well, that's because if we go into serial, which we're absolutely going to do here. Kick off.
Kill confirmed.
Damn Skippy kills are going to be confirmed. Can we go back to Silas Juglick, though? Cyrus. Don't worry, Pete. All gave some gave all. This is the moment where old Cyrus Juglick gives it his all. And by Cyrus Juglick, I mean the fact that I was smart enough to put a superior stock on my weapon. This is going to give it all to us right here, Pete. These shots cannot fail to kill, and thus cannot fail to provide me, Cyrus Juglick, with some bonus actions right here, boy. That was a straight-up hit, too, by the way. Just like to throw it out at there, Pete. Didn't even have to abuse the bullshit mechanic on that one. That one was just a straight-up in-your-face suck it. So we got the Activa S. This is just a sectoid. I'm not that worried about just a sectoid. How do we want to handle the Muton, then? Like, what if we just walk around here and flank shot him? I mean, I definitely want the flanker. That's a flanker, too? Yeah, but I'd rather have one of the other Juglicks there. That is not a flank. How is this a flank shot? But this is not. But this, you know what? I'm not even going to argue with it. Just take the move. It's fine. We should be able to... Okay, well, that's fucking suboptimal, isn't it? Alright, well then. My salt levels have exploded skyward. This is not good at all. Alright, what are you going to be able to do, Tigress? Like, you could maybe polish off the Muton. EL Juglick, what can you see? Only the Muton? Really? I'd love to get your blue screen rounds into that robot. But we're going to need cover when we do it. Achy breaky. I mean, you could shut down the robot in all likelihood, but honestly, I would prefer to have you go for the Mimic Beacon. Festus, what do you got? You could chain shot, but honestly, it's going to be, I think, ultimately not worth it at all. Would be a bad investment of time and resources. If we could have you chain shot the robot, though, you do not, you don't have blue screen rounds. EL has the blue screen rounds. Wolfpack, you're going to be chucking a Mimic Beacon, so... Am I going to have to go double Mimic Beacon? It kind of feels like we may have to go double Mimic Beacon. Activa, what's your hit percentage here? Like 85%, and that's not going to get us a kill either. Could we do better with a rocket? If we lobbed a rocket over here, could we... I mean, that actually seems like kind of a terrible idea. We're only going to get one man. What if we shoot you? 79%. We're actually much better to shoot the alien. Or much better to shoot the Muton. Alright, let's do this then. I think we kick on the overdrive. Now, what we could do is come over here. We've got options now that we've got the punch. We could have him come over here, punch the shit out of the officer, and then also take a poke at him when he was done. That's a pretty good shot at a kill. The robot we're going to have to deal with via some other method. And what are the odds this spawns another pod? There can't be... I mean, we already know there's another pod over here. We got to be running out of guys. Like, as much damage as can possibly be done to us has already been done. I kind of like this plan. Let's bring this guy over here. We're going to punch the officer. We're also going to destroy all of the cover between us and there, because we do have that wrecking ball perk or whatever the hell it is that makes us destroy cover as we move. Why did I not get another action? Massey Ferguson should have gotten another action there. Okay. No, I mean, it's fucking fine, X guy. I'm not at all stupefyingly upset about that. Okay, then. Well, we have put ourselves in a little bit of a pickle here, I'm not gonna lie. Grandpa, you only have the one shot, and as much as I would love to have you double tap that guy with the chain shot, we really need this Muton dead, so if you could maybe go back to back on him here, that'd be real nice. Yeah, okay, I mean, that's the other way that could have gone, is that you could have hit exactly fuck all. That's beautiful. Alright, so it's double Mimic Beacon then, without a doubt. Alright, Silas. Everything sucks forever. So let's just have you... I mean, you're going to be checking a Mimic Beacon. Judy Juglick, can you give me something here? What about a little run and gun murder? Can you do that for me? Can somebody kill the Muton? This guy has proven himself to be... he's like the whack-a-mole of Mutons. We keep knocking him down. The son of a bitch just keeps getting back up over and over. We need to give him the... Okay, there's what we needed right there. There's the Ray and Faye Copeland treatment. He's not coming back from that one. We're going to be making that man's clothing into a quilt. And if you could take an implacable move... There are going to be so many Mimic Beacons out on the field at this point. I'm actually going to have you run at the enemy, Judy Juglick. We might as well be brazen at this point. Achy Breaky, you've still got both of your moves, so we're going to have you take your blue move and then deploy our please save my ass, I done fucked the pooch Mimic Beacon for me. And really all I'm looking for out of Emmy Lou Juglick is just a shot at the robot.
On my way.
Which she should have a respectable... I mean, she can get it for certain. This guy's exposed, though. We could theoretically get a kill on a crit there. What's our chance at the robot, though? It's actually 1% worse, and it's going to do way more damage against a vastly more dangerous foe. This seems like the right move. Okay, that was pretty good. Oh, his hack defense decreased, too, so we've got a chance to maybe... I don't know, maybe we could loot him? Anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First things first, Silas Juglick, give me the Mimic Beacon, and that one Mimic Beacon is not going to be enough, which means Achy Breaky, you got to throw yours out there, too. Let's get all the beacon down. We're going to try and get these guys to group up maybe in a blob so that we can wreck them that way. I'm a little worried that an alien king is going to show up on this mission too, I'm not going to lie. And if he does, we're shit on pooped up. 6 damage. You guys got a lot of work still to do if you want to get this. What are you going to do? Shoot some grenades at us? Oh, just straight up shoot us. Alright. It didn't one-shot us. We're good then. No matter what scenario occurs, nobody's dying or even getting shot at this turn. These guys are going to pile up on mimic beacons. You gonna shoot? Gonna shoot? Okay, so that one's dead. That leaves just the sectoid over here, and the sectoid's gonna come take a crack at this man with his little plasma pistol. Isn't that cute? Look at his little plasma pistol. He's gonna think I'm mimic. He probably won't even kill it. Nope. Okay. I mean, that could have gone worse, certainly, but it also could have gone better. Or rather, that could have gone better, but it also certainly could have gone worse, is what I meant to say. So we need 10 damage. EL Juglick, what's your, so what do you say about the old robot there? How you feel? We can't get you a flank shot. So what we really want to do is just, like, close ground. Can we put you in cover? You know what? To hell with the cover. Let's just get you close and have you shoot him up. Gut him. 98% to hit. That's solid. This cannot fail to kill this robot. She's shredding his armor and simultaneously ignoring it. She's like the Ginsu knife of gunners. She's like, I simultaneously shred and ignore armor, Pete. 98% chance here for Grandpa Juglick. That's a good shot, but we're not going to get 10 damage out of him with a 0 crit chance. It seems like an unacceptable risk. Activa S, I'm also very disappointed in you, Mr. Robot Man. What if you just shoot? 92%. That's pretty good. Probably kills him. I've got plans for this guy, too. So really what we need is some sectoid. Nah, we should have more than enough soup to handle the sectoid. Let's just close the distance as big as we can. We're not going to be able to get the Fist of Death going here, but a 96% chance at point-blank range with a Helix rifle. Got fucking dodged. Well, that is a real kick in the dick right there. Okay, well, I was gonna have Achy Breaky try and skull mine this man, but now we gotta get also 1 damage on that piece of shit. You know what? I'm still gonna try and skull mine you, because I want bonus intel. Do it, Achy Breaky. Do it! Get all Shia LaBeouf. Just do it! Did you whiff? You fucking missed. Nice work. Yeah, oh, it still does 1 damage to him even on a miss. Well, I mean, that's something. Good work there, Cyrus. Well, here you go, then. Since you're a pathetic piece of crap, take the guaranteed kill on this guy. Oh, that one you hit.
That's how it's done.
Yeah, that's how it's done wrongly. You didn't complete the sentence, Cyrus. The end of that sentence is supposed to be, that's how it's done when you do it incorrectly. That's how it's wrongly done. What's your hit percent like, Judy? 6 to 8 with a 49% crit. That's not going to be a kill if it doesn't critical. We also, somebody gotta come kill this sectoid over here. I mean, he's still lurking around. Don't forget. Let's just have Silas Juglick go put a shotgun in his mouth. This is almost certain to kill him. 100% can't miss. It's 85% to crit and 1 damage away from murder. That's fine. Welcome to Cream of Mushroom Soup Town, champ. Spoiler, nobody likes cream of mushroom soup. I make a lot of talk about cream of mushroom soup. I actually despise cream of mushroom soup. It's like the worst possible soup. I can't think of a soup that's worse. Like, even just a regular cheese soup is definitely better, and that's also definitely not the tile I wanted to be in. But this is still a can't miss shot with an 89% crit chance, and Judy Juglick has made that man's... She shot him so hard all of his bones fell out. A superior laser sight, a hair trigger, superior... This is the greatest loot drop we have ever had. Superior agility is crap, but superior speed is friggin' amazing. The superior laser sight is also nice, and these two things we can hork at the old black market for a considerable sum. Nice work, Judy. You shot him so hard his bones fell out, and apparently his bones were made out of golden gooses. So not only did they come out and have gold in them, but also, you know, they laid golden eggs. They were a valuable thing that is in itself capable of making things of value. Grandpa Festus Juglick, you're just going to be on Overwatch because we know that other pod is coming back this way. All right, we need to turn to rest, rearm, and recuperate. We've killed quite a few aliens so far, but progress, and we can't afford to get over aggressive. Just stay on Overwatch. Wolfpack, you probably have enough bullet, but
Orders confirmed. On the move.
we would still like to try and get this pod to stumble into you if that's not what we were hoping for at all. We wanted them to wander into us, not us wander into them. All right, Grandpa, make this one count. That did not fucking count even a little, Grandpa. That was the opposite of making it count right there. On the plus side, you did just make 2 very killable targets when those guys cloned and have their hit points. So that's not the end of the world. We can, we can make some moves here. We don't have a run and gun with Judy Juglick. EL, we got to get you to some manner of cover, preferably high cover if we can find it. What else is in that pod? Is it just you? It's just you. Grandpa already took an Overwatch shot. We do have a rocket we could go downtown with from... what's the range like on the rocket? It's fairly respectable. We could get it up to eradicate the shield man's cover. Alright, so let's assume we can combine between a rocket damage and some manner of follow-up shot. We can kill that guy. How are we going to get both of these things? That's the trick. I mean, Judy Juglick almost certainly kills one with just a melee swing. Yeah, minimum damage makes that guy be dead. I'm comfortable committing to this right now. If there was going to be another pod over here, we'd have already stepped in that particular bear trap. We'd already be trying to chop it off of our foot. We'd be screaming like Claudette Morel in Dead by Daylight. And I think we'll follow that up. Just go to full cover here, Judy. Put something a little more dense than that rock between you and the enemy. Now, we've got the shotgun, which is intriguing. We've also got the Activa S, who could come over here. And I think we're going to have him go ahead and fire the rocket. We can't catch them both, which is fine. We can catch this guy full on. We do some damage, destroy his rock. Leave him out in the open. Butt swinging in the breeze, ready to die. Now the Wolfpack... I mean, he has... I wouldn't say it's a good shot, but he's got a shot. EL Juglick. We need pretty much exactly the same thing out of you, but we're going to do it in a little different fashion. What's your hit percentage? You got a better shot at this than Silas does. But you and Silas are all we got left. Silas, can you guarantee kill here? Yes. No. For 2 reasons. 1, your minimum damage is not high enough to guarantee it. And 2, 25% chance that guy dodges and just a straight up 2% chance you miss. So rather than do that, I think we're going to run and gun to this tile. If this spawns a pod, we're just going to... That's it. Somebody's probably getting hurt or dead. It did not. This should be... Alright, this is guaranteed kill. Actually, that man is straight up ruined. Beautiful work, Silas Juglick. That was an amazing shot. We should have you fall back to full cover as well. I'm assuming we... If we miss this guy, we're in deep shit. But, you know, 83%. That's what, 5 out of 6? That's pretty good. Pretty good to get you completely shit on. Fantastic. Good shot, EL. You know what? You're going to get shot in the face here, and you got no one to blame but yourself on this one. You're a Chris Stapleton song. Yeah, well, you definitely need some help, and you know what? You deserve that. If you had just killed that man, this wouldn't be a problem right now. Alright, achy breaky. Go ahead and heal EL. This keeps her from getting killed by a lucky critical. It's not going to reduce her wound time or anything. EL's going to have to sit out next mission. Still, it's something. This will give us at least 3 damage, so I'm going to take it. Executed him. Okay.
That's right.
Well, yeah. You're right. That was pretty good, Cyrus. CEL Juglick. That's how a real man does it. Oh, now don't be giving me any gender stereotyping, Pete. I'm just not having it. Just because a girl gets a little bit unlucky, gets a little anxious with the trigger, and how suddenly it's got to be a man's world, Pete, you go to hell. Yeah, you should probably engage Overwatch. Grandpa Juglick, let's get you up here and have you reload. We're not going to take any move that could potentially spawn a pod. In fact, we may not move at all. We may just have everybody reload. A lot of folks are out ammo. We have an unknown number of pods remaining on the map. Although, based on the number of enemies we've killed, I'm going to guess probably 1 pod somewhere. Maybe 2, but 2 seems unlikely. Could be an alien king, though, I guess. We could be looking at maybe a Viper King on this map. It's a potential. It does exist. And if it does exist, though, I think we're in an okay position to fight it.
Reloaded.
We might, and by say might, I think we would have a... if I was going to put a number to it, I would say, like a 33.3, repeating, of course, chance of defeating the alien king, should we find it? Actually, I would put our percentages better. I'd say we'd like 2/3. Let's go 66.6 repeating.
Finally.
Grandpa Juglick. Oh, you know, Pete, I'm just waiting to go for the old Leroy Jenkins. That man was an internet gold back when the internet was barely a thing, Pete.
Moving to position.
How can you not love the Leroy? Oh, well, I definitely don't love that Leroy. That's fucking awful. This may be one of the shittiest pods I have ever seen. 3 Vipers and a Muton. All wrapped up together. That's real bad. Okay. Also, we got a late turn activation on it too, which also sucks dick. Alright, Judy Juglick. I mean, you could flashbang them for us, but I'm not really sure how useful that's going to be. You could also probably kill one. It just leaves you very, very exposed. If we run and gun to here, we shoot that Muton in the head. That gets us an implacable move, which we could then use to fall back behind the truck. What are we going to follow that up with, though? We could have EL toss a grenade. That would get us some damage. Then we could have Silas Juglick maybe wheel and deal on one of the guys that remains. Well, I mean, we've got plays. Let's see what we can make happen here. All right. So if we go for the acid bomb, it should be big enough to catch both of these guys. Yeah. Creates pools of acid that will damage unit. Between the damage from the grenade and the acid itself, that Muton is going to be dead. So we won't have to mess with him anymore. Don't hate that plan. Also, we've got a pretty reasonable chance of getting rid of that other Snake Boy's cover. Nope. We did get 4 asses and a burn. So one of those guys is dead. We do have the fisticuff, too. No, don't punch that guy. If you're going to punch anybody, punch the Viper. 95% chance, does 9 damage. That's not enough to get the kill. We need one more. Do we have anybody who could give us one more? Not really. But Judy Juglick, are you oh, she's just not quite fast enough to get us where we need to be. I was hoping we could get back here. Wait a minute. Can the Harvester can a Massey Ferguson? Can you get back there? Can you punch that man? No. Oh, man can dream, I guess. So, Wolfpack, you are going to have, like, very little offer here, right? Yeah, we should probably just have you take whatever you're... But you know what? No, I'm not going to have you shoot at all, in fact. I think we may just put you on Overwatch and hope that the enemy will move towards us. We could punch this man, then have EL... It would just be Judy Juglick. She could... who can you slash, Judy? Just those two also. One of whom we don't care about slashing. Is this cover? It is full cover. Alright, we got a play. This is going to be pretty unconventional, but I'm going to try it anyway. Alright, so we go for the run and gun. Judy Juglick, I want you to just move to here and do nothing else for now. Just get to position and chill for a moment, because the Massey Ferguson is going to come back you up. And by that, I mean he's going to come over here and punch the shit out of this jerk. Please don't miss, Massey Ferguson. This whole plan falls apart if you whiff. I really only need you to just do damage. That's all I'm looking for. Good enough. We need, you know, you kind of overachieved a little bit on that, but I'm not going to complain. All right, now Judy Juglick whips an axe into this man's face. Done. And we still have a shotgun shot and an implacable move. And we're going to use our implacable move actually to get ourselves a kill here, I think. How is this man not flanked after that? Will we still have a shot if we take the implacable move? I don't trust that we won't forego. You know what? No, I don't trust it. He dodged anyway. All right. It's fine, Judy Juglick. So getting a kill on your first action, implacable, does not work properly in that scenario. Silas, you're just going to be on Overwatch. Muton drops dead. That's fine. He's got the poison. Viper's burning from the acid. It's not going to get a kill. Somebody's going to get tongue roped into the acid, right? Nope, just going to shoot the Massey Ferguson. That's why we put him there. You didn't get hurt, though, and that's a beautiful thing. Here comes the tongue lashing. The tongue lash whiffed! Oh, alien Vipers, you guys are about to get shit all over. You can't even hit a combine harvester. They have the old saying, boy, that guy couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. A combine harvester is about as big as your average barn, and that guy still fucking found a way to miss. How is this man not flanked from here? Or here? I'm very confused. But you know what? Suck it, Viper. Here's 7 damage that can't miss, can't be dodged. This kills you. You're dead now. Yep, there you go. Old Pete, I think we're gonna have some rattlesnake on the menu tonight, boy. That's gonna be some mighty fine eating. Look at the coils on that there snake, Pete. That's a fine specimen, boy. That's it. Soup is on, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have a good old eating tonight, boy. Yeah, go ahead and make this man be all of the dead, please. If this doesn't kill him, Enemy Lou Juglick, I'm gonna be a little salty. But it will, at a minimum, eliminate his cover. He's not. Oh, Bradford, go to hell, buddy. Just straight to hell. Straight to hell, Bradford. Straight to hell. Silas, can you please murder this man? This has got to be the end of the mission. That may be one of the crappiest pods I've ever seen spawn. That's a lot of health in a single pod. Yeah, Pete, it was ugly, and somebody got hurt there. Old EL Juglick got shot a little bit, but 15 kills, Pete. We got 3 of them big old snakes. I'm telling you what, some of Ma Juglick's rattlesnake stew is going to be on the menu tonight, and that is damn fine eating. Little bit of rattlesnake stew with a side of Ma's delicious mashed potatoes, and you want to know the secret, Pete? What you do, you put the mashed potatoes right in the stew, boy. It's so good. Alternatively, and I know this is what old Cyrus likes to do, he uses the stew and spoons it over the mashed potatoes and makes it like a real chunky and meaty gravy, but that's the wrong way to do. What you do is you put the mashed potatoes in a stew and then you just mix it up. It's like a thickener for the stew. Oh, it's so good, Pete. It's so good. And that's some good high-quality Juglick food, boy. That'll stick to your ribs. Operation Ghost Mask. Yes, done. What's the matter with Wolfpack here? He looks real sleepy. He's like, I just wasn't feeling it today, Pete. I think I need a nap, man. I'm real. I don't know. I haven't been sleeping good lately. Kind of exhausted. Got the wolf tattoos, whatnot. 2 wives really kind of keeping me busy in the sack, Pete. Haven't really had a chance for a good long rest. I don't know how that man who's married to all of the women does it. The sister wives guy, you know what his name is? Cody something? I don't know how he does it, Pete. Man, 2 wives, it's going to be the death of me, and that man's got like 5. He must have the stamina of some kind of horse. We did get a promotion for Judy Juglick, so it's not complete loss. EL's wounded, but only for 11 days. That's pretty acceptable. We can deal with that. We've got backup Grenadiers as well. Untouchable is so good. If you did not attack this turn, hunker down automatically. You know, it seems like that ability would be useful on almost anybody but a ranger. It would be almost anybody but a ranger. It would be fantastic. So yeah, untouchables. These two don't even compare. Deep cover on another class, again, might be okay, but on a ranger, when untouchable is the skill that's opposited, that's like a no-brainer. You're going to take untouchable 10 out of 10 times. We picked up a Codex Brain. More importantly, superior laser sight, hair trigger, superior speed. The agility could go straight to hell. That superior speed, I think we just go ahead and install that right now. Let's go get that in Judy Juglick as quick as possible. Everybody's always like, yeah, I got to get in that old Judy Juglick. Oh, okay, you had to go there, guys? Come on, don't make it sexist. Just because she's an attractive female and sexually aggressive doesn't necessarily mean she's into you. Don't you judge Judy Juglick. The Tigress is also our first major, which is amazing. Do you have none? So superior speed for Judy Juglick. Oh, Judy Juglick, you're going to be pouncing from the shadows and murdering people with complete aplomb. Somebody also needs, we should probably equip that weapon mod as well. Who was it that needed the weapon modification? View soldiers.
For the first time in a long time, we're actually
Judy, what's on your gun? Weapon upgrade. You have an expanded magazine and an advanced laser sight. What's on the Wolfpack's gun?
My father didn't die so we could become a race of cowering test subjects for the
No, he died because he had Alzheimer's disease, Lily, and he forgot that he had 862,000 pudding cups stored in a walk-in freezer, and he died when he walked into the walk-in freezer and the pudding cups collapsed and buried him in an avalanche of pudding. Honestly, I think it was the way he would have preferred to die. If you could have given him the choice, it'd have been like, you know what? If you give me an option of how I want to go out, buried in an avalanche of pudding cups is probably how I would have chosen. That's the death for me, Dr. Shen. I want to die in an avalanche of delicious pudding. Gotta say, it's a pretty good death. Perfidious Pete wouldn't say no to that either. He'd be like, Pete, you want to die in an avalanche of pudding? Be like, fuck yeah, I want to die in an avalanche of pudding. Bring that shit on. Vanilla? Hell yeah. Give me some vanilla jello pudding in an avalanche. At least I won't die hungry. Also, at least I would be able to end an episode without referencing pudding at least one time. If you enjoyed this one, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to hear more of the dankest jello pudding references on the internet, you might consider subscribing as well, because I mention it with startling frequency. Right now, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon, after I have some pudding.